Hey, Mikey,
Yo,
do you play Destiny?
Destiny the game?
Yeah.
I have.
Well, isn't it funny that in that game you can't have a wife that just cheats on you in front of you and you just take it like a little bitch?
Banana Bear Show.
So there's a guy named Destiny, nothing to do with the game.
Right.
That I recently have downloaded just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And they have like Trial of Osiris gear.
Wait, are we talking about video games?
Yes. Shut up.
Why?
Let me tell you this.
Okay.
It's important.
Okay.
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 Trials of Osiris Titan gear is a bear.
Okay.
Bear armor.
I think.
Anyway,
haven't they already?
We're talking about another.
I don't know. Okay.
We're talking about another Destiny here.
Okay.
Now, the news was leaked that he lost his wife. I'm like, so I went to digging, and this is the first thing that I found, which is funny because how very liberal he is.
Yeah.
And how he talks about this.
Listen, I've lost my wife. Okay. Communist Sweden. The conservatives were right. Okay. So Sweden, the communist country of Sweden. Okay. Not only are their taxes f***ing insane. All right.
Yes.
Which is whatever. You get a lot of services. That's okay. Not only are their taxes insane. Melina and I have been struggling to sort out like everything going on for the past 2 or 3 years. It's difficult to figure out like where does she have to pay taxes to, where, like how do we account, blah blah blah. It's been a nightmare. So for the taxes, we've paid all the taxes, everything, for the last 3 years in Sweden, and for the last 2 years in the United States. Okay, might actually be every time. I might be 100% of the time. In the United States, if you f up your taxes the first year as a self-employed person, as long as you write a letter to the IRS and you say, hey, listen, like I'm kind of figuring so I f it up. In my personal experience, and from whatever I've heard from any other accountant, they will always forgive, not interest, but they'll always waive penalties and fees for your first year. They always do that because people always f up their shit when you're self-employed. They always do that.
Yeah.
And then in Sweden, I guess they just assume you're engaged in like fraudulent, like willful tax evasion. And yeah, holy shit.
That's fun.
So in a nutshell, because this really doesn't make any sense of what we're talking about. This is the first thing I saw. I just thought it was funny that he was making fun of a communist thing and he's all left wing and all that crap.
Yeah, I mean, he was making fun. He was just explaining.
But basically, his wife was stuck there. They took her passport.
Oh, because she messed up on her taxes. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So if you don't know who this is.
Oh, I know who this is.
This is the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just... Tom. Turkey Tom. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is his second channel. This is his Tom After Dark or whatever. TomDark.
Here's what Destiny's relationship looks like.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Mel time.
Why did I say this?
Mel time. It's Mel time.
I've seen this clip, and this is a really funny clip.
Okay, so we're just doing salsa or just one?
Yep.
That's his wife.
Yeah, watch his face just kind of melt.
Yep.
Is that okay?
There you go. Hey!
Okay, it kind of works.
This is easily one of the worst clips I've ever seen.
Yes, yes, it is.
So Destiny has always been out there of, they have a open relationship.
Yeah, the whole reason they have an open relationship is because both of them agreed to it, though. It was she's always had an open relationship apparently, and he says that he has to have an open relationship because he's going to cheat on whoever. I do know that. Sorry, I follow Destiny a little bit, so I'm gonna jump in here a little bit more.
Cool. So I don't follow him.
Yeah, I know a little bit about him.
Hugo, so shout out to that guy. I got featured on the community happenings page, and we've got all these messages from
Kiwi Farms
Relay, which is basically a bot that relays what he's saying, I believe, in like a chat somewhere. Here Destiny says, I'll have a small convo when I'm back about things. I'm not going to nuke Melina or anything, but the last 2 months and 2 weeks have been a massive mind for me. Watching her become obsessed with a toxic, abusive guy. When I visited Sweden last, he gave Mel an ultimatum to divorce me and then threatened to end his life when she didn't do it, among 20 other abusive and manipulative things he's done, and endlessly make excuses for him. I'm out. Anyways, have fun with movies for 3 days. Good luck. See you on the 9th or 10th. And we actually have a picture of the guy right here as well with a caption that says, I'm not old.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like some sort of like AI generated human.
So real quick, there's other pictures of him wearing a dress and sitting on Melina's lap that are freaking gold. It is the worst thing ever.
Is it weird that, like, you know, you're a cuck boy and then you're getting cucked by like a man girl? Because obviously they're a man.
Yeah.
But then they wear dresses too.
Yeah, very, very feminine. It's interesting.
Look like he's a real human, but I guess this guy is out and about, and he's currently banging Destiny.
I love that little comment. I mean, I guess he's a real human,
but it seems like it's sort of transcended into another thing where this guy is like, I mean, if you do take a look at him, he does look like the kind of guy to threaten to end himself.
Yes.
If you leave him. I mean,
yeah.
Just saying. We don't know that for sure. This is all speculation. This is all rumors. I personally cannot confirm or deny these allegations, and neither.
Turkey Tom's hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and say that's all true. I think that Melina is easily manipulated. And
is it because she's Swedish?
Even Destiny goes... nice. Even Destiny goes on to say, like, the way to get close to her is by shitting on Destiny. Like, that's horrible. Because she loves the validation of she's the best in the relationship. She is the reason the relationship goes on, and Destiny is all the causes of the problems. It is horrible that somebody has to do that. And like Destiny goes on to say, like, the way to get close to him is to make sure to not say anything about Mel. So he's constantly defending her, and she's just like constantly letting these people shit on him all the time. Like, say whatever they want to about him. That was such a toxic relationship.
Right.
For many years. So I guess here he's saying he wasn't establishing boundaries. I don't know what those boundaries would be personally for him, considering the fact that an open relationship in and of itself, to me, seems like a bit of a pushover situation. I guess if you genuinely have no insecurity over your girl sleeping with other dudes, like, you're not going to have a problem with that. You're not going to feel like a pushover. But I feel like for any human being who's not like literally a sociopath or psychopath, you're going to not be okay with your girl being with like other guys.
Dude, I would fucking flip out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, any right-minded person would be like, no, this is not okay, because you should not be okay with this.
So, new generation, right?
Yeah.
So, they're different. Look into my eyes. Now, I understand that a lot of people are like, oh, you know, you're just one of those trying to be an alpha male, mansplaining. Women need their boundaries. Fuck you. I have been cheated on before, right?
Right.
And there's been times where I could have cheated on a girlfriend and I didn't, because like I have like certain, like, I don't know, morals. Right. And like even in like, let's say a long distance relationship, you are like always clenched butthole, like, oh, what if?
Right.
You know, but you, at the end of the day, you trust them. Because like they're not showing you that they are doing this, even though every woman has thought about this, and like the mindset of women nowadays are like, oh, they can always get better. Even though if you treat them like freaking a queen or whatever, if you treat them like shit. But like a lot of alternative people are saying, well, open relationships are fine because you get your needs out of the way, but you still love that person. There's like a commitment thing.
Right.
Like you're willing to be with that person, just that person, and everyone else is just secondary. That person is like the most important person in your life, other than your kids and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you're sharing that, it kind of defeats the purpose. And you're a cuck boy.
It's like, I just can't imagine that. But I imagine Destiny's probably not going to be in a relationship for a while anyway after this, considering that this one is kind of ending in a fire. Mel just wants validation, and this guy is willing to do anything for her 24/7. He has no job and no life. Everything revolves around her. He changes his sleep schedule when he travels.
That is so crazy.
I'll touch on that a little bit, but yeah, the boundaries and everything in my relationship are absolutely insane, but I never complained publicly because I didn't want to make Melina look bad. So I guess that he just wasn't talking about a lot of this stuff publicly because, you know, they're in a relationship, which obviously is a good thing to do. But it seems to me like pretty
They're not even really. They're married.
Yeah, well, that's something that I can go off on a tangent on with like younger people. They want to say partner and in a relationship.
No, that's different. That's different.
I don't think so. I think it's trying to manipulate words. It's making it less than what it is. Like a wife should be a wife, not a partner. In my opinion,
you could thank the alphabet mafia for that.
Yeah, partner, and then like in a relationship, it's like no, it's married. You're married.
Your parents, not your mom and dad.
Yeah. Well, okay. That kind of falls in the same thing, but also
look into my eyes.
It depends on how you use it.
Look into my eyes. You know I'm telling the truth.
Your eyes. I don't want to look at your eyes. Macho man wannabe.
Much every that goes on in Destiny's life does come out. It's so public with this stuff. Like, I personally try to have some degree of separation between public life and then like personal life.
Yeah, that you definitely have to have that
all out there. But Destiny is someone who, I mean, all of his relationships.
That's the reason why. Another reason why I like Sean Long. Like, I kind of got upset that he like did that stuff. Oh, blah blah blah. Dude,
yeah.
Online Sean and real Sean should be separate people, especially nowadays because he's not as big as he used to be. You know. I always, for me, Quorum TV or Quorum is not the real me. Real me is Mark. That's why I never call myself Mark here. You know, I'm kind of a character, but
you are a character.
I'm more exaggerated.
Right. No, I mean, we all tend to be because we have to be entertaining. We're not always entertaining as our normal selves.
And sadly, you know, the period of time when we were making money and all that stuff, those lines do blur. You start treating people like you do when you're online, over exaggerating everything, all that stuff. And you catch yourself, you're like, oh my God, dude, why am I so animated?
I have to kind of defend Destiny here. Like he kind of, his whole thing is honesty. He tries to be honest to his community and just, okay. So best way to describe it is like Hassan. He lies to his community a lot just to go and get the most money, get the most popularity, because you say certain things that's going to push you in a certain light that will get you more of the kind of viewers that you want. Destiny doesn't do that. Like, he constantly will just be honest about things like political and stuff like that, where it's like, you know, if it's a left-wing thing, then he'll say, hey, I agree with the left wing. If it's a right-wing thing, he's like, I understand what they're saying. He tries to go for the truth. A lot of times.
When he was being called a beta.
Yeah, I mean,
beta.
I'm not saying he's right all the time, but he tries to be honest. Like,
I forgot who did that to him. The black dude that like he hates black people.
Yeah, I've watched that, and I can't remember who that was. But yeah, it was funny, but at the same time, that guy was infuriating. Like, if I was in that same position, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, but like, when you're like, oh, I grew up and became a liberal, no one says that. No one is conservative and grows up to be liberal.
Right. Yeah. I get, I want to watch more Destiny because I understand what he's saying. Like, the idea of this stuff works, or it doesn't work, but it would be nice if it did work, like universal health care and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I get. So liberals have the right mindset, right?
Right.
On everything should be fair, all that stuff. But their logic, to me, is where it breaks down.
Right. Where's
the money come from?
No follow through.
Nobody. Yeah. There's like how does it work? Yeah, we should get rid of plastic. Okay, everything's made out of plastic. What are we going to do to fix it? And nobody knows how.
Right.
Then why are you bringing it up? You got to have a solution to the problem if you're going to bring it up. Like, stop using fossil fuels. That's great. Fantastic. Let's fix the world. How do we do that? Electricity. Oh, okay. How do you run the electricity? With gasoline. Oh.
Yeah. No, I completely agree there. And he tends to push stuff like that. And
oh, we're Disney. We're making a solar power thing. Oh, we get audited. And they buy their power. They have 2 power plants.
Yeah.
That don't bring power. Like what?
I mean, all of his relationships and falling outs, I mean, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them end up online at some point because it's just so intertwined with the internet. He spends a lot of time streaming. And so, like, a lot of his personal falling outs with, like, girls or whatever, like, what's her name? She actually sent me a message. What's this girl's name? The crazy one. That doesn't, there's like 20 of them. Anavoir, that's her name. Holy shit, how could I forget? Whether it's Anavoir or whether it's Lav, which are girls that he was,
Lav.
I think he banged them while he was also married to Melina.
Yes.
People just seem to be like toxic leeches on his life, and once
yes.
in a while they explode.
Like many people.
Public thing. Another example is the Bob 7 thing, where Destiny had to make like a 3-hour manifesto, like detailing why that guy sucked, and it basically nuked his whole career. But when you're...
Yeah.
I remember Bob 7.
Yeah. He's been pushed into a lot of weird directions where he's had to be like, hey guys, I like publicly announce things too. I don't know. I dislike and like Destiny at the same time. It's weird.
You know, having this much of your life online, a lot of these things are going to be public, whether you want them to be or not. I would predict that this Melina situation, whatever's going on, is going to be public sooner or later. Destiny said, I'm fine. This is the last toxic holdover I have from my past. So from here, it's all good for me. So I guess he's saying, like, he's just done with his wife then, basically. I didn't want to complain because I don't want to make my wife look bad because we're supposed to be a married team, but she has had no problem dumping on me to literally dozens and dozens of people over the past few years. So funny, people saying another Bob 7, not realizing there were like 50 Bob 7s. For context, Bob 7 was a guy that I think Melina was like talking to about like some kind of relationship while she was with Destiny, and then I think that Bob ended up like feeling like he needed to get her out of like a relationship because she was complaining to him about, which I thought was weird back in the day. Like when I saw that is girls weird. Like running around talking about your relationship problems to other guys.
Oh, real quick.
If she's not.
So you know how he got with Melina, right? Have you heard that story? So he went to Sweden to meet with a fan, and she was dating that fan at the time. And he basically moved in on her, and she like linked up with him, and eventually they got into a relationship. Like, she is the worst person. She constantly goes from one person to another. What was it? I think Fresh and Fit said that how you begin a relationship is a lot of times how you end one. I think he said always.
That reminds me of this girl. I met her at a wedding.
Yeah.
And we hooked up that first night.
Them, which in that case I think she probably wasn't paying Bob. What is the purpose of that? Like,
that was it? Okay.
Sorted out.
And very fairly.
Amongst yourselves, you know, you shouldn't be telling everyone about your problems, especially not like public figures or whatever, right? That's probably a bad idea. The problem isn't the person being manipulative. The problem is the difference in how we treat our spouse. If girls want to get close to me historically, they know the only way they could ever do it was sometimes by exaggerating how much they like Melina, because cheating on Melina or attacking my wife.
Okay, that's what I was talking about earlier.
But for Melina, the way to get closer to her was always cheating on me, because she loved the emotional validation of people making her feel like every single problem in the relationship was my fault. Because
that is a bad thing to do.
Myself for every single problem ever in any of my relationships ever. So I figured if something was wrong, it was always on me to fix it. Jeepers, they seemed okay because 3 days ago, before Mel was supposed to leave forever, this guy did something else insanely toxic and horrible. Then Mel kind of warmed up to what I was asking for. Then in a day, she forgave everything again and is now back in it. I told her that her and Oliver needs to be gone before I'm back on. Oh wow, he's actually like kicking her out.
Yeah,
over. But if they're married, I'm pretty sure that when they get divorced, like she's gonna get a bunch of money. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe the prenup is like
very because
detailed, I assume. I know
she did
money, so maybe the prenup is super detailed, but.
She does OnlyFans. So, but before that, whenever they got together, she had nothing, I'm pretty sure. Like, she comes from a wealthy home in Sweden, but she didn't have her OnlyFans. She wasn't making really her own money. So, like, she latched onto him. He got famous, or he was in the early stages of getting famous, and then she started OnlyFans. So they're kind of a power couple whenever it comes to streaming and online social media stuff, or were a power couple. So it's going to be interesting how all that plays out. And I wonder if it's going to get really heated or like public because of all like trying to figure out who gets what and that sort of thing. I mean, at least they don't have a kid together, I guess. That would really suck.
Why does this remind me of the movie Casino?
Why?
Remember Robert De Niro and the Sharon Stone character? Like, he would give her everything, right?
Yeah.
The kid, and she would keep going to this like sleazebag pimp guy.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that movie.
Oh my god, dude.
I should watch that movie.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that like every couple of weeks.
Yeah, but it's Casino. Like, everybody's seen Casino.
Right. I may have. I just don't
You
remember.
have to watch Casino.
Okay, I'll watch it.
My wife fucks other guys.
Oh, that's the picture. That's the picture with the dress.
$1 million. I mean, Jesus Christ. That's when he gave Mel an ultimatum to divorce me, and then she didn't answer for a few hours. He begged her to come back that night. When she said no, he threatened to commit suicide. Things have been kind of rocky since then. Yeah, Jesus. No, obviously they've been rocky. This other dude is crazy, bro.
Yes,
kind of happy,
yes,
to be
they
honest.
have.
I figured he'd outed himself and Mel would disengage, but she's made more excuses for his behavior than I've ever seen in my life. It's insane. Not even that. He's lied about things she said to friends, lied about things her friends have said, all to cut her off from friends and isolate her until the only friend group left is his. It's all like super standard abuser 101 type shit. And honestly, it blows my mind it worked so easily on her. Melina's side is the same for every single problem ever. You don't understand. Steven has hurt me so much. There's so much resentment and scarring that I need someone to build me up again. It's always some variation of this. I feel like if you're not comfortable being alone, then you probably shouldn't be comfortable being with people in general. Like, and this is just like a basic kind of fact of life. This isn't like revolutionary, but I think everyone, like, if you want to be good in a relationship, you need to be comfortable being alone by yourself. To, like, you know, just like if you have a bad relationship, leave it, work on yourself before you get with someone else, or else you're just going to carry over your problems into the next thing.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
That's going to happen. It seems like Melina, at least according to Destiny, is kind of a...
You need to fix your baggage before you move on to get more baggage. I mean, that's a known thing.
Be willing to pick up the baggage in a new one and not have any baggage left over.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to be drowning in baggage.
Well, you're always going to have baggage. That's a thing. Like, you can't get rid of all your baggage, whether it be childhood, whether it be relationship. There's always going to be some of it kind of.
Yeah, but like there's a difference between like having a girl that like ruined your life, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you take time so you could cut the bad stuff out that they did to you, and then try to work on yourself so you don't end up in that same predicament.
Right. Well, it's not ending up in the same predicament. You can't predict if you're going to end up in the same predicament.
No, you can't. You could see the signs though.
You can see the signs, like you're careful with seeing the signs, but it's more so, I think he's talking about your baggage, like the things you bring to a relationship, as far as, you know, hey, I used to be okay with everything that this girl did. Like, she would literally call me stupid and a prick in front of people and never respected me. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to say no whenever that happens. It's kind of that thing, like making sure that you set your boundaries, or make sure you don't repeat the same behavior.
Mistakes.
Yeah.
Classic case of not improving anything and just like moves on to the next person, gets validation from them, move on to the next person. And like in her mind, the problem is always another person, but in reality, the problem is her. And another thing that happened in these DMs is I believe Melina was experiencing some kind of financial tax related trouble, and Destiny was going to help her out, but apparently he has now revoked that financial that financial compensation that he was getting for her.
Yes,
so she's kind of going to be screwed pretty soon, which is shocking to me because I thought she made like quite a bit of money from streaming, modeling, but apparently she just was not managing her finances too well. At least according to the allegations. I don't.
Yeah, that's so back there. If you didn't stop and read that, Destiny was paying for her apartment, right, in Sweden. She moved this guy in without telling Destiny, and he's been living there. The guy is jobless, according to Destiny. Obviously we don't know. We don't know who this guy is, but how mad would you be if you're paying for an apartment and your girlfriend/wife moves in another guy without telling you, or with telling you? I bet you that wouldn't make you too happy either. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Totally know how real that is. But I will say Destiny is not known to lie for whatever faults you may have with him. Now,
Yeah,
personally, if you want my take on this, obviously it's easy to say that an open relationship is a bad idea. It is probably a bad idea for everyone.
Yeah.
For someone like Destiny, he probably just shouldn't be in a relationship, and I mean, he seems to be aware of that fact, and he seems like he doesn't want to be in a relationship right now. But obviously, the guy is like 10 years older than me. What advice can I properly give him, right? I mean, he's got so much experience on me. But seriously, like, you got to stop fucking with these crazy Twitter.
Just because he has more experience doesn't mean he knows what he's doing. I
exactly.
mean, you can have,
if he keeps going into the same rut,
yeah,
you're not learning.
Yeah. I mean,
like
I can say Destiny is a pretty smart guy. Like, I mean, I will say book smarts, he is smarter than me. So,
yeah, I mean, you can be book smart, but street smart is totally different.
Right.
You got to learn in your life. You don't just like get it, right?
Yeah.
And nowadays, a lot of like the problem with a lot of guys, sorry to bring up like us boys, all that stuff, but we don't take what we learned from other relationships and put them into the newer relationships. It's just like, oh, clean slate, start over, and ignore all these bad flags going on and all that crap.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to get that, like, oh, shit. Well, I messed up that one. That was my fault. Although it was their fault, it's my fault for not noticing it. And I don't know, grown up shit.
Twitch girls, man, this is dark. This is dark. I've been there, and it's dark. One guy in this thread says, I for one am shocked to see such a healthy open relationship fail like this. Now I guess the next thing is just I'm honestly curious to see the memes that are going to come out of this, because there's definitely going to be a lot. One of my favorite videos of Destiny is with him and Melina hanging out, and she feeds him like a little seal, little puppy.
Oh, I've seen this too.
Adorable. Be honest, guys. You know you would feed him. You know you would do it. You would not be able to resist feeding him. We actually have a picture of them right here. You can see a picture of them together, of Melina with this guy, and she is carrying him. She is carrying him like he is a girl.
Yeah.
He's dressed in a very, I don't even know what kind of garb.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it a dress.
This is just a very dark. This is a very dark image. I'm feeling like psychic warfare being brought upon me from this picture. This is really bad, bro.
Yeah.
Melina, you can't be with guys like this. This guy is gonna ruin you. Not that things are perfect, but this is gonna ruin you.
I don't give a if my girlfriend goes and another guy, because I know she's coming back to me at the end of the night. Because we love each other. Because I'm a cool.
Then we have this video from Sneeko, where obviously Sneeko, considering the fact that he has a big beef with Destiny, considering the fact that Sneeko got called a cuck by like the entire internet for 6 months straight, he's now doing his little victory lap, being like, okay, he left you for another guy, blah blah blah, blah, that kind of thing. Which to be honest, I don't think Sneeko has a lot of room to really come down hard on people over this kind of thing.
Yeah, Sneeko's had his own stuff.
He's taking his victory lap a little bit.
Bro, this is Chris from Mr. Beast. Bomboka! Imagine losing your marriage to Chris from Mr. Beast.
That's what?
I can't believe what's happening.
I've not seen the clip. That's weird.
Manlier than him. She can beat the out of him.
Hey, don't you talk bad about Chris, okay? I personally am a huge fan of Chris. I love I love her content, and I think she's a great person, and I think you guys all need to chill out, okay? And fuck Sunny V2, by the way, that bigot. Hey, bigot, leave Chris alone. But yeah, I mean, we just have clip after clip of people memeing on him. I'm more curious to see what the details are going to be from this situation, because we're definitely going to be seeing some sort of memes come out. We're also going to see a lot of info probably come out from Destiny, and if Destiny puts out some info, then Melina probably will put out some info, and we'll probably see some crazy arguing. Maybe kind of an Anavor type situation, and I hate to say that I'm excited for that, but I do like drama, so if it happens, there's going to be a video from me about it, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
It's melt time. It's melt time. Melt time is over. No! Destiny is actually trending on Twitter right now under gaming with 50,000 tweets, and literally every post is just making fun of the fact that the relationship is ending, which
of course it would.
I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. The Whatever Podcast tweeted out, Whatever Podcast predicts Destiny and Melina's relationship falling apart. I mean, I don't think they're geniuses for saying that. I think a lot of people could have probably predicted that.
Oh, and whenever all this got leaked, the day after, the day of, he went on the Whatever Podcast to debate, and I watched some of that. He was pretty tore up because he was debating on like sex work and like ethics of open marriages and stuff like this. And at the beginning, like there was long amounts of time where he didn't say anything, which could have been, you know, he was letting the person he was with speak. But I feel like it was something where he was trying to be careful with what he said because his situation.
He knows it's gonna just hit him.
Yeah.
That it may have ended in flames a little bit maybe, but you know, obviously it's up to them if they want to continue it. It's their prerogative.
God forbid this happens. Will it be fun if this open?
It was not this.
Ends up
this is old.
Things to fall apart down the line if one of you guys finds yourself in an entanglement, so to speak, with with somebody who you might find a deeper connection with than the other person. Like if that causes the relationship to fall apart, that probably wouldn't be very fun.
No, it would be horrible, and it would be sad.
Do you guys have a high degree of confidence that you're?
I love his confidence and her confidence in this.
I married her without a prenup, so
married without a prenup.
Without a prenup, dude? No. Bro, are you kidding? I mean, it might actually be over. It might actually, dude. I hope that's a joke or something. I really hope that's a joke because she's about to get like $1.5 million if that's the case. Great. She's just gonna be rich if they divorce. It's gonna be actually amazing.
Have you figured it out? Like.
I feel like we figure out things more and more, like when it comes to like what's a good person for us to hang out and what's not a good person for us to hang out with, or like I probably have more opinions on like who he hangs out with because he likes the
moi Turkey Tom moi.
Yeah, so you like to surround
beautiful editing,
not like the crazy ones, like the baby trap sort of women.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's the ones, and I don't like that because that affects me.
That affects your game theoretic calculation.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit of projection right there, maybe on her part, because maybe at the time she didn't realize it, but she is definitely the crazy person in that relationship. You know, whatever you want to say about Destiny, I think he's probably mentally a sound person, but he's definitely got himself into a bit of a pickle right here. And you know, to any young men out there who have relationships, you know, if you have your perfect sweetie, listen, I'm gonna say it now. Relationships are cool. Relationships are fun. Girls are a lot of fun. I don't think you should just be a complete, you know, sexual degeneraate who's a ton of people. You know, if you find one perfect girl, if you find a girl who you think is cool, you should date her, but just make sure she's the one before you tie the knot, before you knock her up, because things can get pretty dark. You know, I've known people in their youth who have knocked girls up, and turns out they weren't the one, and if they had used a Trojan, maybe life would have been a little better, but they knocked them up, thought she was the one. They kept the kid, and things got pretty dark. Obviously in this situation, Destiny doesn't have a kid with Melina. That's probably a good thing, I would say, but I have a feeling she doesn't want to have kids if I had to really guess. But yeah, man, no prenup. Are you kidding, bro? Are you kidding? Somebody needs to save Destiny, okay? I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna save Destiny. You guys just watch, okay? Me, Destiny together. Imagine the power couple, though. Just imagine. We need to get this guy in the gym, man. I know he said he's going, but we need to save him. This is an L for the likes of Myron and Rolo. I mean, I guess, but I feel like that's not the real takeaway here. Like, is really the first thing you need to be thinking about how this owns Fresh and Fit? Probably not. I feel like there's probably something else going on there that we should be talking about, rather than the fact that Fresh and Fit were wrong or something. Like, why are you even talking about that? Why does this have a few hundred upvotes? That's crazy. No, obviously, I think that's something that a lot of people want me to do, is just bully Destiny and make fun of him for this. Do the whole red pill, you know, cuck shtick. I mean, obviously, you can make jokes about that. I think they're pretty funny. I think the Meltime thing is funny, and there's probably 100 other clips you can find like that are funny that I'm going to put in this video because that's cat.
I mean, I married her without a prenup, so I hope so.
But at the same time, I like Destiny.
As she grabs his hand.
Pretty amicable and nice to me. And even if he wasn't, I would still like him because
it's like, yes, I rule you.
Someone I find very interesting and cool to talk to and pick his brain about things. I don't want to like prey on his downfall here or shit on him or cause some kind of issue for him. I don't even take pleasure in watching this happen because it's just kind of watching like a guy get a part of his life destroyed. I do not enjoy watching that happen, like almost regardless of who it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't take pleasure in that. Obviously, if you're gonna make fun of him, like I'm not gonna stop you. Like I'm gonna make fun of him a little bit. I'm gonna poke some.
That's what we're doing.
Bit, you know? Hey, what's up, little beta bucks?
Let's get you in the gym, little guy.
Maybe we can get Destiny to stop eating Red 40 and start taking TRT. That'll fix the whole issue. But honestly, I hope that she doesn't take all of his money. Nice. That would suck. I hope she doesn't get any money. Not only because she should not be having his money, considering how she treated him apparently. I mean, she shouldn't be getting that money. But also, I just don't want to see the goat of YouTube politics get owned. I'm glazing so hard right now, but that's the truth. I'm sorry, that is the truth. Now we also have this post. Apparently Hunter Avalon's relationship has also fallen apart. Who, if you guys don't know, he was like a conservative kind of.
Oh yeah, I just started watching Hunter Avalon actually, and apparently his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend came and shot up their apartment. And she got shot in the leg. And then because he used to be right, now he's left, hard left, stupid left. The ones that are just like, I will vote for dirt if they say it's Democrat. So, yeah, he's got some bad takes. And then he took a picture of it and was like, hey, she got shot, but we're okay. It's like, I don't know. I don't like Hunter Avalon at all. He's got bad takes.
Kind of like Steven Crowder-ish type guy back in the day who like has now gone like left wing. And well, his marriage fell apart, if you guys don't know, and there was a whole drama around that. But more recently, apparently his current girlfriend, who is named Holly, her ex-boyfriend Conrad showed up at his apartment with a shotgun. He shot through the building door, injuring Holly's leg in the process. He recorded the final moments in which they were hiding on the back porch, and you could hear him shoot at the police before taking his own life. So apparently,
I didn't know it was that bad.
Relationship has led to a sort of shootout. I don't even know. Everyone's relationship's just falling apart right now. I guess it's the season of breakups, boys and girls. So break up with your girlfriend and spend the money you were going to spend on her Christmas gift on my YouTube membership. Thank you very much to the YouTube members for checking out my stuff. New members only podcasts are coming out. There's actually 25.
Okay.
So
yeah, that was fun. So don't be like Destiny whenever you're in a relationship.
Yeah, I didn't think the DLC was going to be that good. But yeah. Destiny. You fucking named yourself after a game.
No, it was the other way around. He was Destiny before the game came out. You're wrong. Gorm, you're wrong. And with that, be sure to go to YouTube and check us out on Banana Bear Show. And like, subscribe. Don't tickle our videos if you're in a relationship that's open, because our videos don't go that way.
We prenup.
Exactly. And we'll see you next video. Bye.
I wonder what the raid's going to look like.